About a year ago, we had a PC donated to us that was clearly caught inside of a fire, and we thought that it was a lost cause.
But today, we're going to turn this lost cause into a gaming system, potentially. Meet our burnt up Optiplex. Can we turn this into a gaming rig by doing some cool mods? In today's video, we're gonna find out after we're today's sponsor.
Hey Matt, are you building a gaming PC in 2026?
Yeah, even though PC parts are very expensive right now, you can actually save a lot of money on your Windows activation to get good price to performance.
How? Isn't it like $200 for Windows?
Not with today's video sponsor, GVGMall. They're our go-to option when activating Windows on any gaming PC.
Oh duh, GVGMall. You just use the link in the description down below, pick your version of Windows, and then add it to the cart.
Be sure to use our exclusive discount code TB20 to save 25% off your Windows license purchase, which will get your cost down to $26.
So once you purchase your key, the code is then digitally sent to you, and then all you have to do is go into your settings, find the activation settings, and then copy and paste your Windows key, and then boom, it's activated.
So big thanks again to GVGMall for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's dive back into it, shall we?
So if you didn't know, we have a PC selling business called PC Bros, and I think over a year ago it's been a local company that likes to go through and refurbish, clean out their PCs every so often, donated this one to us, and it clearly was in some sort of fire. I mean, you can just tell by how that faceplate is just so warped and messed up. And it's just sat on the shelf for so long because we don't really know what to do with it. We assumed it was probably dead, but it turns out it probably has a 10th gen i-series CPU in it. So it could be a good candidate for a really crazy gaming PC.
And that crazy gaming PC idea involves us doing something similar to a pre-built we bought over a year ago, where we take this Optiplex and have an external GPU outside of it to get the maximum price performance out of this PC. Because that's always been the downside with these small form factor Optiplexes, is that you have to use a low profile graphics card to get the best bang for buck. But we're gonna remove that constraint and do some cool mods. But first, the ultimate thing we have to figure out is, does this thing work? And well, if you're watching this video, I'm hoping it does.
All right, Matt's grabbing a keyboard and mouse. I'm gonna let me open this thing up while he does that, and we'll see if there's any damage on the inside. Because it is odd, like there's no paint that's peeled off, which tells me the whole thing probably wasn't in a fire, but maybe there was a candle lit in front of it. I don't know, it's a peculiar one, because it definitely is melted, like without a doubt. I mean,
it's so
it got hot.
You know, maybe an idea of somebody who was at a desk and had like a space heater or something like that.
Oh, a space heater could be good. Well, and look, it warped the front of the DVD drive, so that probably doesn't work.
Either way, there was a lot of heat that this PC did not want in front of it.
I wonder if the USB ports are okay or if anything melted on the inside, but the inside of the PC looks fine. We do have some RAM installed that we kind of just put in as placeholder, so let's see what this does. But we know it should be 10th gen. And we know that it's DDR4 RAM. That's what we know so far.
And based on it saying i5, I believe it's a 10th gen i5.
Yes. We're making a lot of conclusions.
Is it the one that's plugged in or not plugged in?
All right, we need to get rid of this power cord if this is not plugged. Oh my God, it's not. I'm tired of this power cord.
It's like a prank every single morning. The power cord that's not plugged in.
We do this every time. I like plug it in. I'm like, well, the PC doesn't work.
We're like gaslighting ourselves.
Ready? Oh, it turned itself on.
It's probably gonna do that little loop-de-loop.
But yeah, look at the freaking PCIe lane. It's just like, what do you even do with that? And that's why we're gonna show you guys we're gonna be doing some Frankensteining.
It's gonna become a new staple at PCBros.tech.
Yes, Jonah will be building them every day. We're gonna call it the Tumor Gamer.
All right, what's going on here?
Oh, boot loop.
Oh, there it is.
Ah, okay. And I'm assuming we're just gonna go into the BIOS because I don't think it says storage.
No storage, so there's nothing for it to go to. So we can actually see what the specs are, or it's gonna sit on this screen. How many watts
is this power supply? 200 watts. Why is that more than some of the full-size HPs
It's just the slightly older stuff. I feel like HP's slowly been going downhill. We did that video with the slightly newer one that I think was like 12 gen or whatever.
Old CMOS battery.
Yes, okay, so let's go to BIOS setup.
See how much RAM and what kind of CPU we got. I bet this thing has NVMe too.
All right, system information. So memory installed, 8 gigs. Wait, is that 16?
Oh, a 16 and an 8. We have 24 gigs.
24 gigs, let's go. I like a memory channel mode, single.
Oh, okay.
Because it's mismatched probably. It's running a single channel on this, which is interesting.
Maybe, yeah.
So we have an i5 10500. So that's a 6-core 12 thread. We do get the Gen 3 is what will be on this CPU, which will be fine with what we're currently thinking about. And then again, no storage.
Okay. All right. Well, let's grab these parts over here.
Yeah, let's explain exactly what the vision is.
Yeah, so it looks like it's gonna be a little expensive. We're gonna be into this build about, not counting, okay, so the Optiplex was donated, but I used eBay pricing for one of these. $396. If you take our cost for this away since it was $0, we'll technically be into it like $275.
Which for our sake,
bad.
not bad. Obviously, in terms of replicating at home, which I wouldn't say this video is necessarily a guide in any way. This is more of an entertaining, hey, this PC deserves some love after what trauma it's been through. We got some stuff to make that right.
I did buy this. Where'd the other one? If we want to compare real quick.
Yes. Here.
Hopefully I got the right one. I wanted people to see what the faceplate should look like, and also so we could actually sell this thing at PC Bros.
Yes.
I bought this. Look at the dust on that.
That one's kind of dusty, but that is the right one. So there
Yeah.
we go. Fixed up, ready to go.
And believe it or not, that was a total of... I did just kind of buy that separate. I think it was like 15 bucks.
15 bucks for a faceplate.
Sounds expensive, doesn't it?
It does.
Well, here's one of the things, Matt. You can unbox that if you'd like. So this is, you get this, generic. Yeah, I got this on eBay. No name brand. And it is a PCIe 16x3 cable for $19, which is really cheap.
All right, so here she is. So obviously you guys have seen these before. These are riser cables, so it'll allow us to not have to put our GPU here. We can actually put it anywhere. So in theory, we have this much length.
Which is like way more than we need, really.
Yeah, so then it will bunch up a little bit outside the case so we can put our GPU and then plug it into the slot. The GPU we went with isn't super crazy, so I don't expect any impact from running a riser cable. And also, this is a full bandwidth one, and it's quite short, so I don't see any problems. But GPU, what are we running?
So this we paid $85 for. It is a GTX 1650. It's one of the nicer ones,
Okay,
actually.
this is the most souped up 1650 I've ever seen. I remember this showing up, and I was like, this is like...
you couldn't even tell it was a 1650.
Look, there's some 5060s that look worse than this.
Twin Frozer. Yep, so it's a 1650, not even super, just 4 gigs of VRAM. It's been a while, it's been a while since we had one of these. I thought it'd be kind of fun. It does need external power. I forgot that was the gamble. I don't know, did I buy?
A 1650 that requires external power?
Yeah, that's on me. But luckily for, how much do these things cost?
We have one SATA left.
This is not the most ideal solution, by the way, guys, but this card should only pull like max like 85 watts, I guess. This is really just supplemental power.
So there is a problem. Or what are we doing for the SSD?
It's an M.2.
Okay, because there is one SATA cable that is on here. Again, this is a 1650. Normally these cards only pull 75 watts. I imagine with this 6-pin, it's probably only gonna pull like 80 maybe, 85. This is probably the safest way to use one of these, but there is only one SATA, so we'll
need a single version. And also, did the SSD show up?
What kind of SSD was it?
Should be a Western Digital from eBay.
Everything was delivered, so it very well could be sitting somewhere else.
No, I just put this over here.
When you buy a bunch of stuff from eBay, this always happens.
This does always happen.
It's just hard to find everything. Something. So here's the we'll talk about
worst case. It's just a 512 gig NVMe, so we can find one in the back. I'm trying to see if we have.
Science, even scarier.
Single.
Even scarier. Guys, just buyer beware. You can do this. It's normally fine, but it is not heavily advised that you go out of your way to do this.
We've done actually much worse than this,
sadly. We've done way worse.
Okay, before we get to the SSD, which was like 49 bucks, I think I paid $13. Even cheaper than ID cooling.
Oh, this is gonna be sick.
So this is also eBay. It's Cooler One, which I think we bought there from like AliExpress before, haven't we, that brand?
So it's probably a little drop shipped. It's new.
Actually in good shape, surprisingly. Now, you're probably thinking, Jackson, how will the side panel go on? Well, we're already gonna have to have the side panel off.
Yep.
I'm sure that there's ways we could cut a slit for the side panel and get all fancy where this because I'm thinking this is gonna sit like this, but realistically, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna kind of fab this stuff up
Do we want to test to see if this actually will mount?
Oh yeah, no, we should definitely test that.
Yeah, because the biggest thing is we kind of took a gamble on just this mounting hardware lining up the way it's supposed to. So we'll see how that goes.
And I'm gonna go search for an SSD. All right, so Matt is taking off that little mount that came with the cooler, which I don't think we can even use.
No.
We don't even know if this cooler is gonna work, but we're gonna try that first. So our goal here is basically to see if all of our mods will work inside of our currently working Fire PC.
And then the mods will be executed to a more perfection state. Okay, this is like wrapped around here, but let's just see if this lines up.
You might be up if you're on.
The real question is the threading the same? But do we even care if it's the same?
I'm just gonna, we'll fix it. I just want to see if it goes in.
I am opening one of these Arctic cloths, so just everyone be ready.
Oh my God, no, he didn't.
Oh, it works.
It works,
it looks
baby!
like it threads in easily. This is gonna be good.
This is gonna be fire. I love this. All right, so cooler upgrade so far working good. Oh my God, Arctic, I love you guys, but whatever you put in these cleaning pads.
How would you describe the flavor?
The flavor?
They work
Everclear. It's like Everclear.
Oh, should we put some flavored
It's kinda
paste
like
on
mint.
here?
It's giving me a mint flavor.
All right, Jonah.
Shout out ID Cooling. That's better. Matt, what flavor are you thinking?
Yeah, let me see. Jonah, what do you think? So we have different flavored thermal pastes, by the way. So we have the ocean. It's gonna taste like salt water. We have violet, tastes like purple. No, we don't worry about that. It has no taste. Apple, strawberry.
McAllister,
What are we looking at?
Put the Amazon listing up on screen, by the way, so people know we're serious.
Yeah, we're serious. The listing, if it still hasn't been fixed, which maybe when our short goes live on this, they will fix it.
Put all the girls side by side and let Jonah pick.
This is the
Who's your
weird.
type, Matt?
Who's my type?
I already know which one I think I was calling to me.
I'm going violet.
Violet or strawberry?
You want a
I
good
feel like
girl
strawberry
or-
will
you
smell
want
the
a
most.
good girl or a bad girl?
Okay.
all right. On that note.
We're going strawberry.
Is this
On
good,
that
girl?
note.
I'd say so.
God, the smell, man. It's gonna linger for the rest of the day.
I'm
I
not
hope
even
you
gonna
know.
smell this. I'm only gonna smell.
It clears out your sinuses.
I literally can only smell my fingers.
So you saw the listing. Basically, this is scented thermal paste. It's going to smell like strawberry. We have not tested it yet to see what it smells like when you actually like have the CPU running. Because the idea, I would think, is if the thermal paste is warming up, the idea is we'd smell strawberries at some point.
Oh, I forgot this is ARGB, but
We don't have another
should we
SATA
just
to do.
replace the fan?
We could to a static.
Or nah, you know what? We don't even. Who cares? We don't need to plug
do
in
a
the
hub.
RGB. We could. Well, you know what? We'll see when we get there. How about that? I'm just thinking, for cost purposes, we could just tuck in the RGB and it just doesn't have to glow. So looks like Matt got it lined up. All right, you want to screw?
Yep, we'll screw. Let's get a little start in
Then
here.
we can kind of shove the cables a little bit better, but we got the CPU plugged in, CPU fan.
Beautiful.
This is going to be insane. Oh, look, it came with cleaner too. I wonder what theirs smells like.
What if it smells like strawberry? So I have a riser.
Oh,
SSD
let's do this.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, which this should be pretty easy. So by the way, I could not find the Western Digital one that we paid the $40-something for. I believe it was a used one on eBay. So we're just gonna use the Silicon Power.
Basically $1 million in today's economy, but you know.
Yeah, I'm a little
It's just not to
sad.
the RAM prices yet. It's getting there, but it's not there yet.
It feels too far.
Oh, we could have
doesn't
taken
it?
that little mini
No.
one that was on the adapter. That's
The one that I
sitting
don't
back
think
there.
works.
Oh, you don't know if it works. Well,
I really don't think it does, but I've tried that like 8 times, and for some reason I just keep putting it back there because I'm convinced the next time it'll work. All right, so we got our Gen 3 Silicon Power, and it looks nice and good. Okay,
All right, riser cable time. So
give it a go.
let's go ahead and line it up like so. We're going to push down. All right, secure.
Go ahead and get this back in.
You know, put that back in so we know kind of the vibe of what we're working with
This
here.
way. Oh, does this need to go in? Okay, I think we're good. There we go. And look, the cooler can still breathe.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, and then we need our SATA thingy. Did we already lose it?
Hello. Are you getting
Open
did you
it
get
up.
B-roll of it?
It's been gone the whole time. There's another one.
There's
What
no
is
way
this?
we lost
Look, this one's no. We gotta save this. This is a SATA to 8-pin.
Oh, that's
We might need that
devious.
for another time.
Oh god.
Oh, well, here's one. This might be it. Maybe I just put it up or someone put it up.
Back to what we were doing.
So will this go the right way? Yeah, it will. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I was hoping fan would be out and not towards the build.
Yep. So that is in.
That sounded good.
So we'll kind of.
Yeah, it'll be like that. That's the plan.
So
So-
it's not shorting itself out.
You can always just put the build up.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get this in while I can
It's
easily.
devious that we're
sense it.
using. We're just making this even more unhinged by using the SATA to 6-pin adapter.
Which I didn't plan for, by the way. I mean, I just didn't know. I think the seller didn't show this part of the GPU. You just kind of lean it, you think?
Not
Ooh, I have
well.
an idea. Zip tie?
That is not gonna hold.
Idea. Just hold trust. Everybody,
it.
please.
Yeah, zip ties are crazy. We could have just had something to like prop it up.
Here we go.
That is the most horrendous thing I've
Looks
seen.
good.
All right, let's get the HDMI plugged in.
That's plugging it in.
This hitting that isn't a problem.
There's nothing there.
Okay.
So I don't think. I mean, yeah, you know what? Let's just put this in between it, just in case, right?
If you can get in between there now,
It's tight.
this is ridiculous.
All right.
All right, plug her up and hit that power button.
Okay, it flashed orange. Okay, now it's flashing white. Letting it go through its thing. Our CPU fan's spinning. Uh-oh, we're getting like flashing.
It's done that before, and that's when it boot loops multiple times and then
Okay.
goes. I think it's because of the CMOS battery. I think we need to replace it. This is when it does this.
There we go. All right, now I can manually turn it on. Oh,
It's gonna do it like a couple times.
okay. It is displaying from the graphics card.
It works! She's alive!
This thing is gonna run so cool.
Yeah, I think the CMOS
battery.
cards.
Okay, I'll go grab one from the. Wait, is this a normal CMOS or is this one of those weird ones though?
132.
Oh, it's literally on the board. Cool. I was making sure it wasn't one of
Yes.
those ones where it's like attached. All right. I'm gonna grab a CMOS battery, and then I guess from there, I need to do some fabrication. We can go and get game. Well, no, I'm gonna need to measure. I'm gonna need to measure a lot.
He'll need to measure, and then once he's done with the actual thing and he's printing, I will get games downloaded and Windows going. But for the most part, the vision is we're making an enclosure for the GPU, kinda, or like a mount for the riser to sit on,
I'm gonna call this an open air test bench.
Okay, so he has an idea already, is what I'm hearing, and I don't know this idea, and I want to be surprised by it.
Yeah.
But either way, we're gonna get the measurements going, and so far, the PC works. How will the mod turn out? We'll find out.
So once we knew the PC was working and we got the basic infrastructure going, it was time to get started with 3D printing. So I opened up Tinkercad. It's a free online software that I love to use. I've used it for years, and it's kind of rudimentary. It's meant for people who aren't exactly great at AutoCAD like myself. I was able to go in, and I did have to do a couple of test prints, but just with some basic measurements with a tape measure. I was kind of set out to make a bracket for the front of the GPU and one for the back to actually hold it into place solidly. I wanted this thing to borderline be shippable without breaking. It did take me 3 or 4 tries at 3D printing, but the good news is the filament's cheap, and if you do draft prints, it doesn't really take a whole lot of filament. And then I just used some stainless steel bolts and hardware in order to actually get this mounted up. Now I did use a drill. I did drill while the PC was off, but put together. And I know some people probably think that's a horrible idea. I've done it for years, and as long as I think you blow the PC out really well to get the metal shavings out, you're gonna be just fine. But after a little bit, we got everything situated. I did have to Dremel the very bottom of the GPU bracket off so that it wasn't scraping the table, but it was only about maybe 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. This graphics card at the end of the day could still go back into a normal PC, but I think it's gonna fit pretty nicely inside of our Fire Frankenstein PC. So now that we have the PC put together, let's see how it games. All right, guys, we are playing Rocket League, and I'm gonna show you guys these settings here in just 1 second. Let me get sauced on real quick.
Oh,
he sucked. You know what? We got time. All right, so we're running 1080p, and we're actually running like a high quality, uncapped frame rate. And I mean, look at that. We're actually not running like, you know, the settings we'd have to run on this PC if it only had integrated graphics. Oh yeah, Matt set that up too. We can get some averages. Now, obviously,
1% lows because clearly I didn't put the averages on there, so enjoy that.
You guys get to see the 1% lows, which is pretty important. You guys can kind of see the average by looking at the number. Let's be real.
Also, look at this guy's ping that you're playing against. He has like the worst ping I've ever seen.
So I should win by like default?
You should. You should win by default. But yeah, no, this game clearly has like, if we're in 1% lows in the hundreds, and the averages are fine. We're not dealing with any stutter. Easy to run game. 1650 perfect for it. And we're only pulling 74 watts right now, so not much more than our PCI slot will give.
So now I can arrow to the left. Things are about to get pretty insane here, Matt. Why is it also pulling up the menu though? That's what I'm realizing.
He's changing my keybinds because apparently I have stuff that's not set up.
Boomer keybinds. Yeah, I mean, you can see the 1% low. That's probably like it's probably when the explosion happened. Yes. I bet like the goal score. But yeah, this is like, in my opinion, plenty. But yeah, you could run low settings and probably maintain closer to 300 FPS. But this is pretty crazy so far. You know, that 4 gigs of VRAM. In this game, we're only using 1.5 gigs. So there is still a lot of games that do not need as much VRAM as you might think. That's why I had to bind it. That's why I had to bind it. All right, so Rocket League, I'm gonna let this guy have the dub. Rocket League is looking pretty good. We'll get the averages up for the next game, but yeah, I mean, this is looking pretty promising so far for this little 1650 and i5.
Looks good. All right, guys, we're in Fortnite. Currently running performance mode, unlimited frame rate, far view distance, and low textures, and we're gonna drop into Lethal Labs.
Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention this. We originally had that 24 gigs of mix-matched RAM that we had lying around. We now have 16 gigs of mix-matched RAM because one of those RAM sticks was actually not allowing the PC to run in dual channel. Matt noticed that when we were in the BIOS, it said single channel. I did some research and it seemed like it was due to a very, very mismatched amount of RAM. So now we have that same Gigastone 8 gig 3200 megahertz stick with a SK Hynix 8 gig 2133 stick. They look totally different. They're totally different in every way, but it's stable, it's running at 2133, and the BIOS now says dual channel, and I did confirm, we did see actually a decent performance jump, even though we lost 8 gigs of RAM.
So yeah, getting the dual channel is very important, even on these older platforms, so making that work was vital.
Much more important than having 24 gigs.
And we'll do a little page up here. Hopefully I survive because somebody is here going crazy.
And this is our first drop of the day, so FPS could get a little better as time goes on. See how long Matt can live to maybe see that. I will say 1650 is definitely showing its age, but I feel like it's deserved age. I mean, that card brand new was, what were those cards, like 160 to
Around
200?
that range, I would say.
And that was many years ago. Oh, is that Zach's skin?
Oh! I died already! That is Zach's skin, but I got a requeue because of that. But yeah, I know it's doing pretty good. FPS is solid. With a requeue, we'll get the even extra load in, because remember the first load in, you're loading in a lot of textures, but once you do a couple runs in Fortnite, it starts to get a bit better. But this is kind of what I expect for a PC at this price point. A locked 100 plus FPS. 1% lows, we're getting better incrementally, so pretty good.
Well, technically, our cost, we only have like $300 and I think $20 into this build.
Yeah.
For someone at home, I did calculate that in the total. If you were to buy this PC and everything, it'd be about $400, which, you know, today's economy is not too bad.
If you look past, which honestly I think is kind of cool. Some people may think it looks kind of janky, but I think it's kind of cool that we're able to take this PC that was destined for either a low profile card that is severely underpowered for that CPU, or when also a low profile card that'd be probably throttling itself because it's sitting on top of the power supply, or an actual desktop GPU, which again, we could go different directions with. We're only really limited by that power supply. So like a 3056 gig would have worked good as well.
Probably, yeah, 3056 gig I think would have been significantly better, but we did only have to pay about $80 for this GPU.
Yeah, and we're CPU-wise running pretty good as well. 100% low on the CPU, we're looking at 4.1 gigahertz. Obviously with that tower cooler, we are not throttling anymore, which we would have with the little baby one.
We're hitting like 70 watts too, and I feel like that's pretty
close
good for this i5.
Yeah, pretty close to what it will max out at, for sure.
You know what's crazy is so the 1650, if we just had one that didn't need external power, it should only pull 75 watts max. We are seeing this one hit 80s, so there may be a little bit of extra performance with the 1650 compared to a normal, you know, one fan card or something.
I'm scared.
Also, shout out to the YouTube community. If you're a YouTube member,
yes,
which doesn't cost you too much per month, I've been actually posting these 3D prints as kind of like a perk of being a member. So if you want to replicate this at home, this print will be there. It'll be on the YouTube community post.
Fried.
The new FPS it's cooking.
Kind of, again, performance settings, this is definitely more than playable, for sure. It's all about the expectations. This is looking pretty dang solid. Besides all the gunshots happening this way. I guess I'm gonna bounce this way. Really? Oh, you're done.
Actually, this build's technically cheaper now. I need to recalculate with the lower RAM.
Oh, yes.
Get flicked on.
Flicked on, baby. You didn't expect Dwight Schrute to be doing Words Justice, did ya? Huh? Huh? Yeah, Fortnite. I'm gonna give this one a really good passing grade. 165 FPS average, 1% low 57. Getting up to that 60 mark is what we want to look for, and it's looking pretty dang good. Let's try another game. All
right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to stress this PC to the max. So we're in Battlefield 6. This is a game that I looked up, what are the minimum requirements? 8th Gen i5, or I think it said Ryzen 2600, but on the GPU, RTX 2066 gig or RX 5600 XT. So we are pretty below the minimum requirement. So we are running low settings, and the reason why it says custom is because I have turned on FSR set to quality. This GPU is also old enough where it doesn't have like DLSS, I guess, or this game just doesn't have DLSS. I don't remember which.
Well, it's GTX, so it wouldn't have DLSS.
Doesn't have, yeah, it has to be an RTX card, that's right. So FSR though,
I'm surprised this is actually running like this.
I will say, it at times, we'll see if it does it. It does get like a little bit laggy. I was testing this, kind of pre-testing it the other day, because you can see, look at the VRAM. Oh, see, like now we're over it.
Yes, definitely over it. Yeah, 4 gigs is gonna, you know, be a bit of a stretch, but shout out to Battlefield for at least letting it to where, I mean, someone will be happy with this. Like this.
Well, you know, and I was streaming this the other day, twitch.tv/Toasty Bros. And I was telling chat, you know, I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, I think most of us can agree we were all kids once where we didn't really care how stuff ran. We were just excited to be playing something. Can I get a kill though? And so at the end of the day, the fact that this is playing, some kid would be really happy with this.
Heck yeah.
Would they be able to handle doing the modding? I don't know, maybe not. That could be up to mom.
I mean, if you're a very creative kid with some 3D printing skills.
It's true. You don't even, and I was thinking a lot of people wouldn't even do this. They just get the vertical riser, let it sit off to the side, or pull the GPU or the power supply. Yep. You could take the power supply out, have it sitting off to the side, lay the PC on its side, put the graphics card straight in. You might have to bend some stuff on the case, but that could work.
There are ways to make these work. It's just not going to look official presentation style. It's just modding to make stuff work. Balling on a budget.
Right?
This is smoother than I was expecting. When you were telling me, this is definitely smoother.
Yeah, there were moments yesterday where it was running a little worse than this, so I'm impressed. It wasn't much worse. It was mainly the millisecond response time. I was getting some of that, like, where I could really feel the input lag, but no, it's not bad. I need to get a snipe. These guys are taking my kills. Oh gosh.
Oh,
dude, I'm not getting enough FPS to flick.
you can't be a budget gamer anymore. Oh, there it is.
I need to represent the budget gamers. Show that it's not the hardware that makes the gamer. It's the heart.
I mean, technically you are. You're getting your 60 hertz, so anything above that, you're not necessarily feeling.
That is true. I feel the milliseconds a little bit, but it's really not too bad. I mean, I'm impressed with it. And it's not like we would ever tell someone to buy this to play Battlefield, right? Like, the whole reason you're buying this or doing this is to play like Valorant and CS, which we do have CS, by the way. And I think that'll run really well. It'll be the next game that Matt tests, and we'll see how that does. No. No. All right, I'm gonna try to play this life out. Oh my gosh, what is anywhere in the freaking combat zone? This is ridiculous. This is getting redonkulous. Yes. Oh, no! DNR Daddy got me. All right. So yeah, we'll say average 60 FPS, 1% low. I'm actually surprised at 1% low. Only like 13 less FPS, 47. Oh my god, I'm getting res. I'm running in.
Oh, he's going.
I'm running in. I'm about to get the craziest flicks chat. God, I feel like one of the Paul brothers.
He's dead.
I'm in there. All right, let's go on to the next game.
All right, guys, we are now testing CS2, and we're currently running some performance settings. So we're at 1080p, running low settings with the unlocked frame rate, basically 1,000. We're not going to hit 1,000 FPS, but we have that here, and we're getting 200 FPS. Not too bad.
Pretty low response times too.
Not too bad. But let's go ahead and hit page up real quick so you guys can see all the averages. Get away from me. Get away from me. Biggest thing with CS is you want to make sure those 1% lows stay nice and high above 60. Same with all the other esports titles. That normally dictates that you're not having any stuttering issues. And so far, looking pretty good. I mean, the best part about us reviving this system is having that CPU, which is better than most of these older Optiplexes would be. Even some of the older workstations, the 10500 would be better than. So it allows us to play these games that are more CPU bound at higher FPS numbers than we normally would.
It's also cool too because this system's new enough where if you're worried about like Windows losing support, this one does actually natively support Windows 11.
You're good to go with that. Am I good to go with OpKill? Goodbye.
That was the low setting. I keep seeing like chicken feathers.
I think that's what's happening. It's the low details.
Maybe someone's blowing up chickens.
Yeah, and the only other bottleneck I think in theory you'd have to worry about, but realistically with the fact that we're power supply limited, is eventually running off that riser cable could run into some issues, but given the hardware we're working with here, I don't see that being a scenario that would actually happen.
Yeah, I feel like usually they work or they don't, and so far she's working. We haven't had a single issue out of it so far.
And that's normally a gamble.
Yeah, well, this riser cable is $13 and it's no name brand from eBay.
It's really cheap. Got him. 360!
Yeah, this thing definitely took some pretty serious modding to get kind of where we wanted it, like looks-wise. The GPU is incredible. Like this thing could be shipped right now is the way I would put it. And we're not gonna do that, but it could be.
It's getting shipped. PCBros.tech.
Outside of the US.
All right, guys, performance looking pretty good. 180 average, 1% of 92. Do we have some other ones? Or is this it?
I think this is it.
All right, cool.
Clair.
Clair.
I forgot about that game.
Sweet. So we'll launch some Clair Obscur, which again is going to be a pretty demanding game similar to Battlefield, but we'll launch that as well and see how it performs.
Believe it or not, we're playing Clair Obscur 30.
Expedition 33.
37. All right, so 720p. We got unlimited FPS, and we're running balanced FSR, which is like 58.824% render resolution.
Of 720p.
Of 720p. So this is probably closer to like 480, but I don't know. For some reason...
You might be able to do 1080p low, honestly.
I try it. Yeah, maybe it's just the area. I mean, we could try it. You know what? Let's do both.
Let's do both. Let's
give them both. All right, so where's the closest?
So if you just keep running that direction...
I say I never played. I played yesterday for the first time.
If you hold right trigger, you'll run, so it'll be a little faster.
We are in 720p in the actual desktop now too, so there is some weird chance that maybe us being in 1080p on the desktop before, but 720p in the game.
There you go. That guy looks fun.
Oh.
All right.
All right, here we go. My second battle. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so here's where the FPS dropped. Do you want to hit page up for him?
Oh yeah. Did it work? No,
Try
page
again.
down.
There you go.
Okay. All right, select target. Get hit. Get hit.
Easy peasy.
Oh, so I can just go crazy here?
Yep. Yeah, now this is where the FPS starts dropping for sure. Lightning strike.
Oh god, I missed it. Wow! Did we just kill all of them?
Kill them all.
Wow. All right, so I know in the battle, yeah, not great. So I see why we were at low settings before. Let's just, for fun, we'll try to do what Matt said. We'll go low settings, 1080p. We'll keep the FSR. We're not going to go balanced. We're going to go back down to like butt.
Back down to butt.
So now we're trying 1080p just for fun. 1080p, FSR set to performance. So we're basically like the lowest you can probably go for 1080p. Let's go ahead and restart that. The game definitely looks visually way more appealing now, but I will say at 720p, especially when we're at low settings, it was way more playable. I'm guessing I'm not gonna, oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Hello, it's me. There you go, there's a goober.
What is that thing?
That's a goober?
A goober knobber. It's got a cone on its head.
Oh!
Oh yeah,
this
baby.
is FPS right here.
Ooh, yeah.
It's one of those scenarios if you were wanting to play a game like this, and we talked about it during the end of the video and throughout the video, a 3056 gig would make this far more playable. Oh yeah, burn!
And then, do I just use all of it?
You can if you want to.
Sure, okay.
But now you use a basic attack, doesn't cost
Attacky.
anything.
She got some skill with him with a PS.
A little PSA.
A little bit overkill, I reckon. You're gonna get a normal attack because you look weak.
Easy peasy.
All right, so yeah, 720p is definitely the move. 720p like low settings, which you guys only saw for like a second. You guys might actually know you didn't see it at all, but it was way more playable when we did the test before that got ruined. But I just think it's cool the fact that we can actually, the fact that we can actually play this game, like launch it, which that's been everything so far. It's launched everything, it's played it. You just have to be willing to change settings.
We saved it from the fire, just like my L, and we're gonna end this video now.
So to remind you guys, the changes that we had to make to this Fire PC as we went along, we found out that the RAM, 24 gigs, was only running in single channel. So of course we decided to put in another 8 gig stick to swap out that 16 gig that was causing our issues. And now it's still mismatched, but we have dual channel RAM that did actually raise the FPS. And those are the games that you see. All the games ran on the 16 gigs of RAM dual channel, but that also brings the total of this build down to $341.
Which at that price performance is not too bad, especially considering all the mods we did, and we're able to take a PC that most certainly was not going to game in its current configuration to be able to game with a full-size GPU. And of course, lastly, we ran 30 more times by to get a cent per point, and that score ended up being 4,151, which at the new price point is a 8 cent per point score. So not too bad in terms of 30 more times by. Again, the 1650 is showing its age a little bit, and if you did want to copy this at home yourself and get those 3D print mods that we're sharing to our YouTube members, which you can join down below, you can go with some higher end GPUs as well. The biggest limitation is just going to be the power supply. If you have a really low end power supply like this and you're running a SATA adapter, we really don't recommend going much higher than anything like a 3056 gig that doesn't require that external power.
But it is cool that these SFF PCs don't have to be destined for the junkyard or for more office use. You really can make these things game, and we've seen a lot of people in our Discord community doing all types of mods to these things, some that look way more scary than this. So we absolutely love being in the modding space, and we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Now, believe it or not, this little, this fire hazard will be for sale at PCBros.tech. We actually do sell everything pretty much that we feature here on the channel, so go check out PC Bros.
It's not gonna burn your house down. It's more or less just been melted a little bit, but it looks quite exquisite. It looks beautiful. PCBros.tech, buy a PC like this or any other PC that we sell. We will sell a lot of different options. You just go to Toasty Bros on checkout. You will save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.